friends, welcome back to Llama Mama Kayla's Yarn Tube. How about today we go walk around Frog's Flea Market. This is a really large store that has tons of flea market booths. So people can put booths in here and tag their items, and then people pick up items and take to the front desk and check out. So it is just full of booth after booth after booth. Lots and lots of booths and tons of things to look at. Back in the day, my kids and I had booths at this Frog's Flea Market. At one time, I believe we had 8 booths in the store. And we did really well. It was a lot of fun. I taught my kids a lot about math and just all sorts of things. And so now Dakota has a booth here. And I find it after a while. That's a lovely booth right here. I really love the way it's set up and just their whole vibe that they have going on with that booth. It is really cool looking. So we are just wandering around looking for nothing in particular, but finding a few things of interest. Lots of items. I mean, vintage items, new items, just all kinds of items. It's kind of hard to see right now. I'm at the front of the store. The windows are right there behind it, but we get on deeper into the store in a few moments. And my little buddy Zeke is there with me, and he's like, look at this, look at this. Oh, you could do this. And he is just shopping away. He cracks me up. There is so much to see, and every time you go in, you will see new things. I mean, you could walk to the store twice back to back and see new things. There's just no way to take it all in and see everything all at once. And each booth is just jammed packed full of items. So much to see. And some booths price their stuff very reasonable. Some booths price their stuff way too high. And some booths price their stuff really low. So it's just up to the owner of that booth, who, rents that booth space, and they just price according to what they want for the item. But it is a lot of fun just looking around and seeing all the different items. It's so much fun to see what people find to resell. When my kids and I did it back in the day when they were both still living at home, we went to yard sales, auctions, and things like that. That red tray there, I sold many of those back in the day. That is a really cute tray. Wish I had kept one of them now. We are just overwhelmed with all the things to look at, honestly. It is just so much. So much to see. And this is going into a separate little room to the side. And I used to have a lot of booths here in this little room too. So much to see in there. Oh my gosh. We are just I'm pushing a buggy along, and I think Zeke is behind me at this point, and he is like, look at this, look at that, look at this. He cracks me up. We're just laughing and having a good time and looking at all the things. He is searching for me some Ken dolls, naked Ken dolls. They don't have to be naked, but that's what you usually find is naked dolls at flea market booths and such. So that was a little more than I wanted to pay for a doll. But So much to see, and just all kinds of neat items. I don't even know what all that is in front of me. I saw so much in there today. This is a very large room, and actually everything in this room belongs to one lady who ended up with that room. I just love looking at all the different things, and so much is just so interesting. You never know what you're going to find at a flea market, honestly. And I did skip recording a whole bunch of booths through there because I just couldn't hold the camera. I just couldn't hold my phone because I dropped it a couple of times, and so I put it down. And now I'm going to try again. Those little trolls were cute, but I thought they wanted way too much for them. So I kept walking. Zeke is up ahead. He has done found something. He is just like me. Just, oh, look at this. Look at that. Oh my gosh, look. He ended up going on ahead of us, and he would run back over, bring something over to show us, and just so much going on. Definitely, if you're looking for colored glass, flea markets are the place to go. And this is called Frog's Flea Market. The man who used to own it was, actually, his nickname was Frog, but he sold it, and him and his wife have moved, and his daughter has moved out of state. So another guy that had a booth there back when we had a booth, he bought it, and so he is a friend of Dakota's, and so Dakota was able to get a booth without going on the waiting list, because there's a long waiting list of people wanting booth space. So you can rent these booths for about, depending on the size, $30, $35, $40. I don't know. It depends on what size booth you have. Now, at one time, I rented a whole room for $150, but I made more than enough to pay for that room, plus a nice profit. So it just depends on the size of the booth you get, of how much your rent space is. And then the store keeps like 10% of your earnings. You pay your booth space rent, and then they cut you a check. So yeah, I brought my kids up doing that, taught them a lot about math, taught them how to make $1. So now Dakota has a booth there, and he's doing okay. I mean, he's not doing wonderful with it, but he makes his booth space, and he makes a little bit of a profit. His biggest item that he sells is stickers. I would not have guessed that, but it is. But you can see people just have all kinds of things, from whatnots to dishes to clothes, holiday stuff, toys. So much. It's overwhelming. It's so much stuff, honestly. You can see in my buggy a peek at the blue car that I bought. That is the blue car that goes with Annie. And I have an Annie doll. And I've looked at that blue car on eBay eBay before, but it was just always priced really high. And so a lady that we know, Glenda, has a booth there, and she had it in her booth for $8. And so I was like, yes. Actually, Zeke spotted it before we ever got in the store because it was up in the window. And so he ran and got it as soon as we got in there. But yeah, for $8, I was very happy to get that because it is vintage. I could have spent all day in there. Big Daddy did end up having to go to the car because he just could not walk it. He said, I just can't walk this whole store. And it was his idea to even go there. But me and Zeke did make it through the whole store. It was very hard on me, but I made it. I pushed myself because I knew Zeke wanted to see it all. So I pushed myself and we did it. Here, he's going to go through some Barbies for me. See, they were $3 a piece, but I didn't get any because I was really looking for some male Barbies at this time, like Ken's. There was a Barbie without a head, but the head was in there. There was a lot of people in the store, but I was able to film some without, getting people. Those were cute. This lady makes a lot of homemade things, and she is just very creative and lots of cute ideas. I could have spent all day just looking at her booth by itself, honestly. So much stuff to see, and such cute ideas. I love homemade stuff. I love, the time that people put into homemade items is what I really cherish. So it was just a lot of fun to walk around and look at all these items. They're sick again. Lots of home interior, is that what it's called? Home interior items there. Like somebody must have went to an estate sale or something and had a home interior, or somebody decided to redo their decor and got rid of a lot of home interior stuff, but trying to make our way on through the store. Yeah, I didn't go looking for anything in particular, but I did find that car and a can, and Zeke found some glass container, and then he found a cat later on. He loves cats. And he found a furry cat later on. You just really wouldn't believe all the items in the store. I mean, it's just so much. And I know I keep saying that, but it really, really is. It's just overwhelming. That's the cat Zeke got. I think it was like $1.75. So I was like, yes, Zeke, get the cat. At the end, he was like, I don't guess I'll get the cat. I was like, yes, Zeke, get the cat. I'll get it for you. I ended up getting this little bunny doll. He was cute. He was $3. I thought he was just perfect for $3. So yeah, that's what I ended up getting. The car, a can, and the rabbit. And maybe a little ballet doll. A little ballet doll for 50 cents. Zeke just cracks me up at all the things he picks up and what he says about them. I love that kid. I love him going to town with me. He's a lot of enjoyment. And a lot of company for me. I don't even know what to say about all that stuff. Those are tumblers, and whoever has that booth has like any kind of tumbler you could ever hope for. Very nice work that they did on them. So much stuff. It's hard for your eyes to even focus on everything and see everything in there. Like I would have needed a wheelchair and all day long. I was wore out because this is the same day we did the clean with me. And I overdid it and did way too much work. Even though I was taking breaks all during that, I just overdid it and it was just so hard on me. By this time, I was aching and hurting and could barely move. But I pushed myself to get through it. I decided, like, oh, I can take pain medicine and rest later. Let me just get through it. And it was hard, but I did it. I saw some Tupperware that I thought was overpriced. Some people do price things kind of high, and some people, are right on the mark, and then some people price it low. You just never know unless you just pick it up and look at the price tag. And Zeke was finding all kinds of interesting things right there, pointing them out, showing them to me, and telling me all about them. And there's Dakota's booth. My son Dakota has a booth. All those trays are stickers that he sells there. He sells those stickers $1 a sticker, and he does really well, surprisingly. I was like, stickers? There was some crochet items. I think I zoom in to kind of see them a little better later. Right now. So there was some cute little crochet items. I don't know whose booth that is. And there was some vintage yarn right there. I was trying to see if it even had a price on that, just to see. But touching that yarn was awful. I could not imagine even crocheting with that. It was horrible feeling. Some people have really nice booths where they've, have everything arranged, cute, decorative. And some people, it looks like it's just thrown in, which I kind of like the ones where you dig through to find the treasure, you know. But I really wasn't digging today. We were just kind of walking through. Some people do well selling clothes, books. That booth was almost nothing but books. Back in the day, I had one booth that was nothing but homeschool curriculum, and I always did very well selling homeschool curriculum. You just never know what you will find at the thrift store. I see a Dolly Parton album over there. I don't have a record player, but I have a Dolly Parton CD in my car. So I'm just looking back through at a little section that I missed looking at. I really got the fever to check out more flea markets from going to that today. It was so much fun just walking around seeing all those. And look, there's a Miss K's Duck Commander Kitchen cookie jar. Canister. I don't know. Anyway. Super cute. I think it was $9.99. Of course, I did not get it. But I missed that whole little middle section right here. So I was just kind of going back through there, seeing if there was anything that caught my eye. There was lots of beads and stuff I would have liked to have looked at, but Big Daddy was in the car, so I was trying to go a little bit faster so he wasn't just sitting out there waiting on us forever. Lots of Easter stuff, Easter decor. A whole row of bras. I guess they were new. Some paintings. I love looking at other people's art. So much to see. Well, thank you for strolling around Frog's Flea Market with us today. It was a lot to see and a lot to take in, and I hope you all have a very blessed day today, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye, friends.